Welcome to Salento with Love. I'm Davide Mengoli, and Mississippi with Love is definitely taking shape. So I think we should go in and take a look at the beautiful things that have been happening. It's incredible when you get to the stage that you've been working for 13 months and it's just this fine details. Even harder actually this particular case, because new owners are actually here, they're renting the property, so they can't wait to get in. So these things, they need to be finalized, although we're waiting for the gas company to connect. So a very important thing actually, if you are doing a new house and you need new electrics supply to the house, new water supply to the house, new gas supply to the house, even with the level of experience that we've built over the years, there is always a surprise somewhere. So you may want to start the process months and months and months ahead, even if that costs you a little more perhaps, because you're going to be paying for a utility for a few more months. But very, very important, and very important to have somebody to help you through the process, because there's going to be probably loads of phone calls. And here we are, we have arrived. Oh, buongiorno. Elevated from the ground, and there isn't too much dump or rising dump, which is pretty common in these houses that were built hundreds of years ago. In this particular case is the case. It's suspended from the ground, and even if it wasn't, these frames that were detached from the wall, then it is a great way really to, after the wall has been cut and chased and you have all these wounds, then it is the perfect way really to achieve a very super fine surface. Also a surface that isolates you a little bit from the wall that potentially is always cold, and insulates the house a little more. So different school of thoughts, because obviously in some cases maybe plastering, it's also the other option, and you may see some of the wounds when the light shines on it, unless you act the plaster off and replaster everything. So in this particular case really, or if you are doing a refurbishment, also a good idea to follow these thoughts of dry lining the walls, which will just offer you a very smooth and fine finish for a very, very, very long time. Thank you for watching my videos, but if you haven't become a subscriber yet, press the subscribe button, leave a comment. We always appreciate your comments. Thank you. Mississippi with Love now with Antonio, just to refine measurements for the kitchen and all the other elements that will complete this beautiful property. This was a design that we did together about 2 years ago, right from the beginning, and obviously now we're getting to the point of almost manufacturing furniture. We're getting to that finishing touch, so very important to make sure that the way the appliances and everything sits right in the right place.
Però sì, televisione su quella parete lì e il divano su questa parete qui. Mentre qua dentro che ci sta sta patina che è veramente meravigliosa, questa rimane tutta così, tutta faccia vista, e questa rimane faccia vista.
Caspita. you still there? That means that you are enjoying our videos. Thank you very much for following the channel. Did you know that every Friday we issue a video called Thank God It's Friday, and you can see it if you join our membership? Do that, and I'll see you every Friday. In this particular case, we have two properties which they belong to one client. The property here has a functioning electrical meter. So you may think, okay, well, these two properties, they belong to the same person. Why having, this is why we're here now, why having a second electrical meter? Why can you just connect everything to that? Well, because these are independent units. So sometimes you may be tempted to save 15, 20 euros per month by connecting everything to one meter. But then what happens if you want to sell that property? What happens if you rent that property and you want to split the utility? You can't. It becomes extremely complicated. So for me, it's very important to encourage and to actually guide the clients to do the best thing. Looking at the future, sometimes you look at the present and you think, oh yes, I can save 150 euros a year on standing charges by having a meter. But then the downside of that may be thousands of euros later on if you decide to sell one of the two units, or you may decide to rent one of the two units and the utilities are combined. So in this particular case, that has got their own meter, and this meter here, which maybe hasn't been on for 50, 60 years, and it's got a sill, needs to be replaced by a new meter. So it's a brand new installation. So although all the electrics is done for us and we're just waiting for a new meter, what it means is that once the new meter gets connected, this house will be totally independent from the other unit. And this is very important. Make sure you do this when it comes to all the utilities, water, gas and electrics. Sometimes can be tempted, but long term is not really the best way forward.
Giusto?
Esatto.
Poi quando arriva qui qua, allora la montiamo più qua così,
Ok.
se no non ci gira.
Lo possiamo montare a filo di qua
E apri dentro.
e lo facciamo aprire
Come
dentro.
vuoi? Facciamo, vabbè, fare una cosa più rifinita.
Tutti quanti allora?
Calcolo 3 centimetri.
3 centimetri. Sotto si va a 3 centimetri. Just to share it with you, measuring up the exact size of each step, because the step needs to be done in graniglia, which is this material that was used back in the turn of the century, and we really want to try to keep that old traditional look. So the floor will be a particular type, beautiful type of floor, but all the steps and the front of the step, which they're done all by hand with the round ledge going all the way around, need to be done. So we've got the guy. So a combination of craftsmen here. One, Alberto, that's really saved these stairs, which they were in a condition, as you have seen in previous videos, which was touch and go. And then he's actually rebuilt the step to be all exactly the same size. So anyway, he's my master, he's a craftsman, one of those really rare ones. And now the guy that is going to make the physical steps is here just measuring up, and then each one of them gets manufactured by hand. But while I'm here, let me just share what's been happening here. All the chasing and the cuts on the floor have been closed, ready for the underfloor heating panel to go down, the insulation, and then the underfloor heating, which in this particular property is going to be electrics, and then the screed over the top, and then the tiles, and it's just beautiful. This patina has come through, the contrast with the white and the stone all the way around, and some of the ancient elements that have been left in this property. I'm very, very happy. And here we are at the end of another amazing video of Mississippi with Love. We're getting closer and closer to the finish line. Well, I'm sure you have enjoyed this episode of Mississippi with Love, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, press the little bell, and the most important thing, stay safe wherever you are.